Good morning to all of you. Our next point 2.3 measurement of length. Do you know that the direct method for measurement of length with the help of scale or with the help of screw gauge we have to measure the length of some object. But suppose if you want to measure the distance of earth and sun, it is impossible to measure the length with the help of a scale. Means sometimes it is impossible to measure some distances or some length with the help of a scale. For that purpose, one indirect method to measure the distance or length of some object or the distance of one object from one object to the another object, there are some indirect method. The one of the indirect method to measure the distance is a parallax method. To measure the large distance, the one indirect method is known as parallax method. That is 2.3.1. To measure the large distances, measurement of large distances. Okay, to measure a large distances, the scale is insufficient. With the help of scale, it is insufficient to measure a large distances. For that purpose, the one indirect method is there. That indirect method is known as a parallax method. Parallax method. What is a parallax method? Okay, to measure a large distances, the scale is insufficient. The scale is insufficient to measure the distance, to measure it. In such a cases, we use indirect method known as parallax method. Okay, sometimes what happen, we can't measure a direct with the help of a scale. We can't measure a distance with the help of a scale or with the help of a measuring instrument. We can't measure the distance from one object to the another object. In such a case, we use a one indirect method. That method is known as a parallax method. Okay, parallax method. Now suppose consider one planet which is S. Okay, consider a planet S which is at a distance d from the earth. Now suppose this is the earth. Consider a one planet S. Okay, we have to observe that planet from the earth from point A, and this is the point B. Okay, consider a planet S. We have to observe that planet S from earth A. Okay, from earth from the point A, and also the same planet we have to observe from point B. Now this is the distance d. Okay, now this is the distance d. If you observe from point A, then the distance is same as d. If you observe from point B, the point A and B are from earth surfaces. Now consider a planet S which can be observed from earth from point A and from point B. Then the angle made on the planet, that angle is theta, and the distance between A and B, is B. The point A and point B are called as bases. Okay, the point A and point B, the distance between point A and point B is B, and it is called as a basis. Okay, Now write down that consider a planet S. Consider a planet S. Okay, which observe from Earth, okay, from a point or at a point from a point A and B. Okay, we have to observe a planet S from point A and B. Okay, and the distance between A and B is AB is equal to B. Okay, the distance between point A and B is B, which is called as basis. Okay, which is called as basis. What is meant by basis? Basis means the distance between two observing positions. Write down the definition of basis. The distance between two observing positions, two observation positions. Okay, the distance between two observing positions is AB, which is equal to B. Okay, and the distance of planet S from the Earth is D. We have to determine this distance. The planet is at a distance D. We can find out this. We can find out this distance. Okay, we can find out this distance. Okay, and if you observe the planet S from the Earth's surface, okay, then we have to easily find out this angle. Okay, we have to observe the planet from observation point A, then we have to easily find out this angle, and when we have to observe the planet S from B points, we have to find out this angle. Then suppose this is looking like as a triangle, therefore we have to easily find out this angle. Suppose this is the 70 degree, now this is the 80 degree, then how much this angle? 70 plus 80, 150. Then the total measurements of angle in a triangle is 180. Therefore 70 plus 80 is 150. Then this is the 180 minus 150 means this is the 30. Okay, means we have to easily find out the angle which is obtained on near the planet. Okay, means we have to easily find out a theta, and we have to easily measure a B. Okay, the planet is at a distance D. We can find out that distance, and the angle which is made at a planet, that angle theta. Okay, the angle theta is called as, okay, the angle theta is called as parallax angle. Is called as parallax angle or parallactic angle. Parallactic angle. Okay, this angle theta is called as a parallax angle or parallactic angle, and the distance between the two positions of observations or two observers, the distance between two observers is B, and the distance of planet from Earth to that planet, the distance between Earth and that planet, that distance is D. Now in that case what happen? Now from A to S the distance is D, and the distance between observer A and B, that B. Okay, from that, okay, then we know that the D is a very large, therefore B by D, which is very much less than, means B by this capital D. We know that B by capital D, this is very much less than 1. okay, b by d is very much less than 1, okay, then that point AB is looking like as a arc, okay, means the distance from A to B, this is looking like as a arc, and then it is made a circle which is at a center S, okay. The B by D distance is very much less as compared to the 1, okay, means B is very small as compared to the D, therefore B by D is very much less than 1, then the distance from A to B is looking like as a arc and the center is at S. Then we know that angle theta, okay, angle theta, what is the formula of angle theta? Plane angle theta, which is equal to arc divided by radius, okay, arc divided by radius. Then what is the arc? Arc is nothing but distance from A to B, okay, the arc is nothing but distance from A to B divided by radius. Radius means either you have to take AS or SB, okay, that is AS or SB. Therefore theta is equal to arc AB. What is the distance from A to B? This distance is small b basis, okay, and what is the radius R? Okay, that radius R is D. Therefore theta is equal to B by capital D. From that we have to easily find out a D. Therefore D is equal to B by theta, okay. Then from this equation we have to easily find out the distance between the earth and the planet. Now using this formula we can easily find out the distance between earth and the planets, okay, earth and planets we have to easily find out, okay. Therefore the distance which is equal to basis divided by parallaxic angle. Now distance D is equal to basis divided by parallaxic angle. Now this is the parallax method, okay. Using parallax method we have to easily find out the distance. Now similarly with the help of this parallax method we have to determine the diameter of the planet or size of the planet. Now consider this is the planet. Now consider the planet, okay, having a diameter D. Now consider a planet having a diameter D. Now this is the earth. We have to observe it's a one end of the planet from the earth's surface. We have to observe one end of the planets from the earth's surface and another end of the planets from the earth's surface. Now we have to observe the one end, okay, one end of the planet. Now this is the planet. Now using the same parallax method we have to find out the diameter or size of the planet. Now similarly with the help of parallax method, okay, determine the diameter or size of the planet, okay. Now the planet is at a distance D from the earth's surface. Now this is the position, we have to say that O. Now from the observing points O which is on the earth, we have to observe a point A which is at a one side of the planet, and similarly we have to observe the another sides of a planet, okay. Then the distance between A to B is D and the distance from that planet to the earth that is a capital D, and here the angle made on the earth's surface, that angle is a alpha. Okay, the angle made on the earth's surface, that angle is alpha. Okay, this angle is known as a angular size. Now this angle alpha is called as a angular size. Then using the same formula, you have to determine the diameter of the planet. Okay, now the alpha is the angular size. Okay, alpha made on the observing points. Alpha is the angle between the one, means when we have to observe the one end of the planets and we have to observe another end of the planets. Okay, the line between that one end of the planets and another end of the planets, whatever the angle made in between them, that angle is a alpha, that is a angular size. Then using the parallax method, okay, what is the parallax method? That D is equal to basis. In that case, this figure is opposite to that of parallax method, means in that case basis is D. Therefore, D is equal to basis D, and that parallaxic angle, in that case that angle is angular size alpha. Okay, from that D is equal to the diameter of the planet or the size of the planet, D, which is equal to D into alpha. Then D is the distance between the planets and the earth, and that alpha is the angular size. Okay, then we have to easily find out the alpha angle, and we have to already, using that method, we have to already determine the D. Hence, we have to easily determine the size or diameter of the planet using this parallax method. Next, example 2.1. Calculate the angle of 1 degrees, 1 minutes or minute of arc, and 1 seconds in radians. Okay, and use 360 degree is equal to 2 pi radian, and 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, and 1 minutes is equal to 60 seconds. Okay, now this is the 1 degree. We have to determine the what is meant by 1 degree in terms of radian, and this is the 1 and 1 small lines, means 1 minute. Okay, then what is the value of 1 minute in radians, and that is 1, and 2 lines means 1 second. Then what is the value of 1 seconds in radian, we have to determine. Okay, now first we have to determine 1 degree is equal to how many radians. Now here 360 degree, which is equal to 2 pi radians. Okay, now this is the given. 360 degree is equal to 2 pi radian. Then we have to determine the 1 degree values in terms of radian. Okay, now this is the 360 degree is equal to 2 pi radians. We want 1 degree. For that purpose, we have to divide the left hand side by 360. Means if you want no change on the both side, then you have to divide both side by 360 degree. Therefore, 360 degree divided by 360, which is equal to 2 pi divided by 360, which is a radian. Okay, now 360 divided by 360 means 1. Therefore, 1 degree, which is equal to 2 pi divided by 360, which is in terms of radian. Therefore, 1 degree is equal to 2 pi divided by 360 radian. Then put the value of pi. Then what is the value of pi? Pi value is 3.142. Therefore, 2 into 3.142 divided by 360. Okay, now this is equal to, that is 6.28 284 divided by 360. Now this is in terms of radian. Therefore 1 degree is equal to 6.284 divided by 360. You have to get 0.01745 radians. Okay, now 1 degree is equal to 0.01745 radians. Okay, now we have to convert. This is in terms of order of 10. Okay, now you have to shift the decimal points towards the two places to the right. Then you get 1.745 into, when the decimal point shifted towards the right, then that is 10 raised to power of minus. Then the decimal points, how many places shifted towards the right? 2 places. From here to here means the decimal point shifted towards the right 2 places. Therefore it is 10 raised to power of minus 2 radians. Therefore 1 degree, which is equal to 1.746 into 10 raised to power of minus 2 radians. Now this is the 1 degree values in terms of radian. Next we have to find out 1 minute's value in terms of radians. Okay, now second, we know that 60 minutes is equal to 1 degree. Okay, 60 minutes is equal to 1 degree. And you know that what is the value of 1 degree? The value of 1 degree is 1.745 into 10 raised to power of minus 2. 1.745 into 10 raised to power of minus 2 radians. Therefore 60 minutes, which is equal to 1 degree, which is equal to 1.745 into 10 raised to power of minus 2 radian. We want 1 minutes. For that purpose, divide both sides by 60. Therefore 60 minutes divided by 60, which is equal to 1.745 into 10 raised to power of minus 2 divided by 60. Then 60 divided by 60 means 1. Therefore 1 minute, which is equal to 1.745 into 10 raised to power of minus 2 divided by 60. Now 1.745 divided by 60. 1.745 divided by 60, you get 0.02908, and that 10 raised to power of minus 2 as it is, 10 raised to power of minus 2. Now this is in terms of radian. Okay, now 1 minute, which is equal to, we have to shift the decimal points towards the 2 place to the right, means that is 2.908 into, when the decimal point shifted towards the right, then it is become a 10 raised to power of minus. Then decimal points, how many places shifted towards the right? 2 places. Therefore this is 10 raised to power of minus 2 into these 10 raised to power of minus 2 as it is, that is in terms of radians. Therefore 1 minute is equal to 2.908 into, this is 10 raised to power of minus 2, 10 raised to power of minus 2. The bases are same, therefore we have to add their powers. Therefore 10 raised to power, here the 10 raised to power is minus 2, here 10 raised to power is minus 2. Bases are same, the base is 10, which is the same, therefore 1 base, and the power is minus 2 and minus 2. We have to add their powers. Minus 2 plus minus 2, how much? Minus 4. Therefore the 1 minute is equal to 2.908 into 10 raised to power of minus 4, that is in terms of radians. Therefore the value of 1 minute in terms of radians is 2.908 into 10 raised to power of minus 4 radian. Now third C, what we have to find out? We have to find out the 1 second value in terms of radian. Then you know that 1 minute which is equal to 60 seconds, means 60 seconds which is equal to 1 minute, that is 60 seconds which is equal to 1 minute. 60 seconds which is equal to 1 minute. Then what is the value of 1 minutes in terms of radian, that is 2.908 into 10 to the power of minus 4. That is 2.908 into 10 to the power of minus 4 radian. We want to find out 1 second. Now here 60 seconds means we have to divide both side by 60. Therefore 60 seconds divided by 60, which is equal to 2.908 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by 60. This is in terms of radians. Now 60 second divided by 60 means that is 1 seconds, which is equal to 2.908 divided by 60. 2.908 divided by 60, we get 0.04847. Okay, what is 2.908 divided by 60? You get 0.04847. Okay, then 10 to the power of minus 4 as it is, 10 to the power of minus 4 radian. Now similarly, you have to shift that decimal points towards the 2 place towards the right, then you get 4.847 into 10 to the power of minus 2, and this 10 to the power of minus 4 as it is. This is in terms of radian. Now 10 to the power of minus 2, 10 to the power of minus 4, their bases are same, therefore we have to add their powers. Therefore that is 4.847 into bases are same, and we have to add their powers. Minus 2 plus minus 4, we get minus 6. Therefore 1 second, which is equal to 4.847 into 10 to the power of minus 6 radians. Now this is the value of a 1 second in terms of radian. Now example